This is the third time I'm recording this video, and I'm a little tired. So, let's get on with it, huh? Okay, so it's obvious that we need some major advancements else this game is going to take an eternity to make. And I know exactly what we need to do first off. We need to finish our first enemy. We need to make our first enemy. Because it is important that we get the basic mechanics down as quickly as possible, so we can actually have a functioning game to work with. But first, let's get some R&D done. When I was imagining the entrance to our castle, I imagined that there's corpses everywhere. Everyone just straight up died when they entered this castle. And because they can't handle the first level. That's how bad they are at video games. So, there are corpses everywhere. What attracts corpses?
Worms!
That's right, we're making some worms. So the worm design I was using is quite common. It's called the Mongolian worm. You know, it's a death worm. It has teeth and eats things. I'm not gonna show it, because I know how people get with this kind of stuff. But if you want to, you can look it up on your own time. There's the word. Magical. Alright. Animation-wise, it's pretty simple. A lot of people think that worms have 2 major keyframes. But actually, worms have 3. There's the base worm, a scrunch up pose, and then the worm would extend forward and fall back down to its original pose. Don't ask me why, that's just how they move. Now we can go back into Unity and implement these images. For right now, I have the animation set to always be on, because he's always going to be moving. Later on, when we get into combat and stuff like that, I would change this, but for now, this will work. So, with the animations ready, now we can start working on the AI pathing system. Which I didn't do. AI pathing is actually incredibly complicated, and it's something I'm not capable of doing in such a easy, smooth, less buggy fashion. No, instead I use an already existing asset that makes pathing a whole lot simpler to implement. However, I can still explain to you how an AI enemy pathing system should look like. Visualize this. A game is made up of a grid of coordinates. A player is a point on that grid, and so is an enemy. The AI system creates a line between the enemy and the closest point to the target player. But because a player is always moving, the line has to adapt to the movement of its target. Additionally, a pathing system should also take into account physics, walls that can't be passed through, abilities, and so on. Luckily for me, with this add-on, I can tell it exactly how the environment and entities should work. Now our little worm will follow me to the ends of the earth. Isn't that neat? Except he kind of just chills there when he catches up to me. So that's an easy fix. I would just tell the program to reach the exact point of the player. Now he's going to try to eat our insides. Which is kind of what we want. But don't worry, I'll add colliders to match the shape of the worm so he can just push me along. And believe it or not, our buddy is actually all ready to go. Except for one little thing. When I go behind him, he just starts to booty scoot towards me, which is not right. So let's fix that. If you know what that means. Yeah, that's right. I'm not letting myself off the hook. I gotta do some programming. So the real problem right now is trying to figure out how to tell the program which direction the worm should be facing. Like I said before, the game is based on a grid of coordinates. If we figure out the coordinates of the worm, we can figure out which direction it is heading. Then, I can tell the program to flip the image when heading in a certain direction. That way he's facing the right direction for every movement he makes. Well, I hope you're all doing great. 'Cause I had to finish the animations for our protagonists. But until then, I'll see you guys next time. Love ya!